Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Shri Radhe. Jaya Pauranita, Jaya Mayapur Sasi, Jaya Pauranita, Jaya Mayapur Sasi, Jaya Pauranita, Mayapur Sasi, Jaya Pauranita, Jaya Mayapur Sasi, Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra Mati, Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra Mati, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavan Ram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavan Ram, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. नाम संकीर्तन की जय, संवेद भक्त वृंद की जय. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome you all, and we'll continue our discussion today from there.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hope everyone is doing good, keeping well. So yesterday we discussed in a very brief the 5 chapters, or called as Rasa Panchadhyaya, where we discussed briefly about this Rasa dance, which is transcendental, and how Krishna played with this gopi, and at the end Sukadeva Goswami said that by hearing this pastimes of Lord with faith, and also spreading the message of these pastimes, the lusty desires from our heart goes away. So let's continue from there. So we are entering chapter 34, where we'll see 2 pastimes where Nanda Mahārāja being saved by a snake, and then Śaṅkhacūḍa is also being killed by Krishna. So after the pastimes of this time happened, once a day, it was a kind of Shivratri day, and on the Shivratri day, these all cowherd men, they made a plan, they made a trip to worship Lord Shiva, and they traveled a long way with their bullock cart and to a forest called as Ambika. And to the Ambika forest, they went to worship Lord Shiva. And they worshipped with various paraphernalia and with the powerful Lord Shiva known as Pashupati, and with his consort mother Ambika. And after their worshipping, this even cowherd men, they gave so many gifts to the Brahmanas, even like gave gifts of cow, gold, clothing, food grains, and other things. They provide all the gifts to the Brahmanas as well. And then Nanda Mahārāja and other this cowherd men, they spent night on the bank of Saraswati river. So while they were sleeping in the night, it happens to be a huge snake. He was extremely hungry, and he appeared and started swallowing Nanda Mahārāja. Just a second, I think I got it. Sorry. Yeah, this small picture. So you can see the picture, right? So this is the snake who actually started swallowing to Nanda Mahārāja, and then by seeing this, all this everyone, they became very, very distressed, and they started beating this snake with their night lamps, right? No, like we see they have to keep the what do you say, masal, where which a lamp of light with the fire and the fire stick. So they started beating this snake so that he could release Nanda Maharaj, but it could not happen. Still, Nanda Maharaj was being getting swallowed by this snake, and everyone then called out for Krishna and Balrama, and they with fear they called Krishna, and then when this all the coward men, they started crying uh, for Nanda Maharaj, and they called to Krishna. Then Krishna, uh, he know very well, and he came to the spot, and then just by his feet he touched this snake. He didn't attack anything, he just touched by his foot. So as Krishna touched his foot to this snake, the snake came to his original form. So these snakes actually had some sinful reactions, and it was a curse. We'll see it. It was a curse. That's why he has got this body. He was actually Vidyadhara. And then when Krishna touched this, his sinful reaction being destroyed just by the touch of Lord Krishna's divine foot, and his snake body disappeared, and he appeared in his worshipable Vidyadhara form. And then Lord Krishna asked him a question. So you are so wonderful and glowing with such a beauty, and who are you, and who forced you to assume this terrible body of a snake? Though Krishna knew very well, as he is Paramatma, still he wanted this Vidyadhara named Sudarshan to narrate the pastime, why he is in the body of a snake. So this serpent, who is a Vidyadhara and named as Sudarshana, he told that I was very opulent and very beautiful, and I used to wander freely in all directions in my plane. So we know that the devatas, they used to have their own celestial airplane, and they used to travel wherever they want. And once what happened, I saw Rishi or Muni, this college Ashtavakra Muni, which is he comes in the lineage of Angira Muni. And Ashtavakra Muni is actually, his body is quite bent at many parts. It's Ashtavakra, actually he's bent in 8 parts. So his body, so it doesn't look very beauty, or it's good. That's why by seeing him he laughed, and because of proud of, he says, because of proud of my beauty, and I laughed at this Muni, and then I actually got sin, and that's how this Ashtavakra Muni, he cursed me. He said, as I have different kind of bends in my body, and you are laughing to me in this way, so I curse you to get this kind of body. So a snake doesn't walk in a straight line. It actually goes round and round, so he has to move his body. So that's how by the curse of Ashtavakra Muni, this Vidyadhara called Sudarshana, he became a snake. And after saying this his story, he glorified Lord. He glorified that they says, "O infallible one, I was immediately freed from the Brahmana's punishment simply by seeing you." So by just yours, when you saw me, and I've been released from all my sins, which I've got as a curse from the Brahmana. And he says, anyone who chants your name purifies all who anyone who chants your name purifies all who hear his chanting. Even basically, if anyone is basically, one is chanting and one is hearing, right? Someone and Kirtana. So someone is chanting and someone is hearing the name of Lord. Both are get purified, right? And then he says, how much more beneficial than it is touch of your lotus feet. So that by that he's glorifying that by your touch, I've been relieved from all my sins. All of my sins has been destroyed, and you destroy all the fears of this material world, whomsoever takes your shelter. And by that glorifying Lord Krishna, and by narrating his story, he bowed down to offer his obeisances to Lord Krishna, and then he returned to his heavenly planet because he was being relieved from his pain now. After that, this Nanda Maharaj was saved from this serpent, and all the inhabitants of Braja who saw these pastimes, they became astonished to see the power of Lord Sri Krishna. And everyone, after they have worshipped Lord Shiva on that Shivratri day. They had all fasted as well, and they have given so many charity, and now they return back to their homes, to the Vrindavan. And this is one pastime we describe in this chapter. And again, once nearly to the holy festival, once Krishna and Balram, they were actually singing, they are playing flute, and they are producing very different kinds of musical sounds, on that time. And their singing brought happiness to the ears and the minds of all living beings. So even by hearing this, these gopis, they were become stunned, and they came there with Krishna and Balram. But there, again, a servant of Kuvera, name is called as Śaṅkhacūḍa, he came to this place, and he become very envious, thinking Krishna is again a common man or a common boy. He thought this ordinary boy is actually enjoying with so many girls. And in that mood, Śaṅkhacūḍa actually he took everyone. He blazed, he drove these women towards other way around. He wanted to kidnap others and wanted to enjoy. So he started taking everyone, and this gopi, they cried out for Krishna and Balram. And when they cried out, then Krishna and Balram, actually they both ran toward the demon to catch this Śaṅkhacūḍa. And when Krishna was running, both Krishna and Balram were running to this, and this Śaṅkhacūḍa could understand that they are coming very, very fast to me. And he left all these gopis and he ran away. He started running away there. And when they approached to this gopi, Krishna told Balram to take care of the gopis and let me go and give elation to this demon. And then Krishna very swiftly he caught this demon. Actually, this demon had a just one second. Yes, so this demon actually has one of the jewel in his head. And so Krishna, he smashed this demon, and the demon was died. And then Krishna took his shining jewel from his head, and this very and then Krishna came back, and he, in front of all the gopis, he gave this jewel to Lord Balram, his elder brother. So the devotee explained that if Krishna would give this jewel to one of the gopis, they might think here and there, but that's why Krishna, in front of all the gopis, he gave this jewel to Lord Balram. So there are two learnings from this chapter. It says that as the snake or the Vidyadhara serpent, he was actually soling to Lord's father Nanda Mahārāja. In the similar way, this time actually is soling every one of us. So there's a verse comes, Ayu Harati Vai Pumsham. So whenever the sun rise and sunset, it takes our age, it takes our time, and that is, we don't see it, but that's the serpent of time. It actually soling us. And as Nanda Mahārāja and other coward men, they took surrender to Krishna, they called out for Krishna, and then they are being saved. In the similar way, in this life, in this every living entity are being swallowed by the serpent of time. And if we offer our obeisances, if we offer our time, if we offer our prayers to Lord Krishna, then we can be relieved from this serpent of time as well. Right? Then in the second is Śaṅkhacūḍa. In Śaṅkhacūḍa is being described as Śaṅkhacūḍa got envious of Krishna being enjoying to this, and he was thinking as a common man, and he tried to imitate Lord for enjoyment, thus being killed. So it's not wise to imitate Lord Krishna's pastimes. Even we discussed yesterday, where Sukadeva Goswami says that it's not wise to imitate Lord's pastimes, as if it's not wise to imitate Lord Shiva's drinking poison. So Lord Shiva could drink poison, but as a living entity, we won't be able to drink poison. So it's not wise to imitate pastimes of Lord Krishna. So moving ahead in next chapter, that is chapter 35. This again, these are again a glorification by the Gopis. So earlier we discussed about Venu Gita, where the Gopis, they describe completely to the flute song of Lord Krishna, to the flute of Krishna. And now here they are actually glorifying all the activities of Lord, right? So that is called as Yugala Gita. Also it's been called as Yugala Gita too. And where Sukadeva Goswami says that these Gopis glorify Lord Krishna's all the pastimes. Very small chapter, but this says, whenever Krishna went to forest, the minds of the Gopis would run after him, because they are always absorbed in thinking of Krishna and his pastimes. And thus this young girl, they sadly spent their time singing of his pastimes. So they used to feel a separation of Lord Krishna, and they sing between each other. They talk about the pastimes of Lord Krishna. And then one Gopi said, when Krishna vibrates his flute, the Brajas bull, deer, cows standing in the group at a distance are all captivated by the sound. So they are all being captivated by the sound of Lord Krishna's flute. And what happens next? This is, they stop chewing the food in their mouth, and even by just hearing the sound vibration, they stop chewing the food in their mouth, and they look like as if they are asleep, and it looks like someone is doing a painting. So like real painting, all these animals, they are stuck, like they are playing a game of statue. They're all stuck statue by just hearing the vibration or flute of Lord Krishna's, right? And then they glorify, saying that sometimes this Mukunda imitate the appearance of a wrestler by decorating himself with his leaves, peacock feathers, and colored minerals. So when Krishna goes to the forest, they used to decorate themselves. We discussed like all the Gopas, though they have been decorated by their mothers very nicely, but as soon as they enter this Vrindavan forest with the cows and the calves, they take all the leaves and then they start decorating themselves. And that's how they're saying that Krishna looks to a very kind of irrational person when he did decorate this with all these ornaments of the forest. And in that company of Balrama and the cowherd boys, he plays his flute to call all the cows. So just by playing the flute, all the cows and cowherd boys and calves, they used to come together for Krishna and Balram, right? And then they glorified, saying that at the time when Krishna plays the flute, these rivers stop flowing, and their water, stunned by ecstasy, they feel as they eagerly wait for the wind to bring the dust of lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Earlier, we discussed about when these Gopis, they glorify that these rivers, they actually come towards Lord Krishna to wash these feet and offer with their hands. The hands of the oceans or rivers are called as waves. With their waves, they used to offer lotus flower to Lord Krishna. And again, here it is described that they are waiting for the dust of lotus feet of Lord Krishna that can come by the wind to the water. And then they glorified more, saying that the charming flute song then stills away the minds of all these animals, like birds, cranes, swans, and all other birds. And indeed, they approach Krishna, close their eyes. So all these animals, they come towards Krishna and they close their eyes, and with very, very maintaining very strict silence, they worship Krishna by fixing their consciousness upon him in deep meditation. So it's like all the animals, it's like they are doing a meditation to Lord Krishna whenever Krishna makes the flute of song, or whenever he start singing through his flute. And in this way, Krishna and Balram delight this entire world. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in 500 years back, so even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did the same thing. He was traveling towards Vrindavan through Jharkhand. We have this place nearly in Jharkhand. So there also, when he was passing through the forest of Jharkhand, and he was chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All the animals in the forest, I will send the picture sometime, maybe tonight. That's all these animals, like, all the deer, lion, and everyone's, they are actually joining Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in while chanting the holy name. So this chanting of holy name, it's just not for the living entities. We have very kind of elevated consciousness or developed consciousness, but these animals don't have much. Even the trees, they don't have much, but still they get benefited by hearing this sound vibration of Lord Sri Krishna's holy name, right? Even Prabhupada says, that when we chant the holy name in our home, even there are insects in our home, they get benefited as well, right? So, and then these gopis, they glorify, saying that this cloud, when they see Krishna, they actually thunder very gently, just to please Lord Krishna. And they could, this cloud, this showers flowers onto his dear friend Krishna. Why they say dear friends? Krishna is Syama Sundara, isn't it? He has cloudy complexion as well. They think themselves as his clouds thinks Krishna as their friend, and they shower flowers to him. And also they provide shades to him whenever there is too sun or hot. They used to provide shade to Krishna, as if like putting an umbrella on his head. And then they're glorifying to Mother Yashoda. This is my, O pious Mother Yashoda, your son, who is very expert in all arts of herding cows, and he has invented many different ways and styles of playing the flute. And when Krishna plays his flute, even all the devatas bow down their heads and their hearts. And out of great affection of the cows and Braja, Krishna become the lifter of Govardhan hill. So this is the way this gopis again describe the pastimes of Lord Krishna. So what happens when Krishna plays this flute for the birds, even for the devatas, even for the cows and everyone. And then at the end, so the Goswami says that, O king, thus during the day the women of Vrindavan took pleasure in continuously singing about the pastime of Krishna, and those ladies' minds and hearts always absorbed in the thought of Krishna, and they were filled with great festivals. So as if like every day a festival for them, because they have to discuss about the glorious pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna. And then chapter 32 is being 36, we are entering to 36th chapter, where Krishna kills another demon called as Ariṣṭā or Ariṣṭā. So this demon, he came in the form of a bull, and he entered the forest. So this is the demon name is Ariṣṭā. Let me see if I. Yes, so this is the bull demon. So this Ariṣṭā, and he came in a form of bull, and he has very large hump, and he was actually tormenting everywhere. And he came here, and when he was walking with his hooves, it was actually touring the earth as well. So it was so huge, and he could open his mouth wide as well. And it's been described when he roared, he was so frightening that even the pregnant cows, they used to do miscarriage over there, even the women too. And that how roaring is being frightened to everyone. And then this even the domestic animals, they are actually fleeing in fear of Ariṣṭā. So even then these inhabitants, they rushed towards their Lord Krishna's to Lord Govinda for shelter, and they cry, Krishna, Krishna, save us. And then when Lord Krishna saw the cowherd community being distressed, and they are flying here and there with the fear of this bull demon, Kṛṣṇa came. Kṛṣṇa assured them, "Don't be afraid," and he came in front of Ariṣṭā. And then then Ariṣṭā, who was actually very angry, and he wanted to anyway kill Kṛṣṇa, and he rushed towards Kṛṣṇa with very, very high speed, like thunderbolt. He came toward Kṛṣṇa, and Lord Kṛṣṇa sees this Ariṣṭā by the horns. He hold the horns and then threw him back for many steps back. And then this demon, he became angry again, and then he came running and charged Lord Kṛṣṇa again. And this time Lord Kṛṣṇa seized the bull again by his horns, and then he put him into the floor as if he's washing a cloth. We used to wash cloth, wet cloth. In the same way, he pulled the demon on the floor. If you can see the picture, like this, Kṛṣṇa slapped or touched a demon on the floor, and the demon vomited blood, and he passed his urine and stool, and then he died. So this is how Kṛṣṇa killed another demon effortlessly. So though he was tormenting to everyone in this Braja, he was being killed. And after this, there's a pastime happens. We'll discuss the pastime maybe sometime back later on. What happened in between that? This Narada Muni come into picture again. So remember Narada Muni earlier when Nanda Mahārāja, when Vasudeva, he took his first child to Kṛṣṇa, and then the Kṛṣṇa, he told that, okay, I have fear from the eighth child, so you can take back this first child. I don't have any fear from this child. What can he do me? But Narada Muni, he intervened of that. He says Kṛṣṇa can be anyone. He can be the first one as well. And devotee explained that, if you see the grapes in one, bunch of grapes, you can't count who is one or who is eight. And then Kṛṣṇa was being confused, and he arrested Kṛṣṇa's father Vasudeva and Mother Devaki, and he started killing one by one all the childs of Mother Devaki. So in the similar way now, Narada Muni, he thought, okay, Kṛṣṇa is just killing the demons sent by Kṛṣṇa. When Kṛṣṇa will be delivered, and when others, the people in the Mathura, they will get the association of Lord Kṛṣṇa. So he made another plan now. And in the meanwhile, then this Narada Muni, he approached to Kṛṣṇa. He met Kṛṣṇa, and then he said that as of now, Kṛṣṇa was not sure that who is Kṛṣṇa is the same child of Mother Devaki. He was not being sure yet. And then this Kṛṣṇa, he revealed the truth. He said that Yasoda's child was actually a daughter, and Kṛṣṇa was the son of Devaki. And this Rama or Balrama, who is the son of Rohini, he was also a son of Devaki. That's being kind of revealed to Kṛṣṇa by Narada Muni again. And then out of fear, he said, out of fear, Vasudeva has taken Kṛṣṇa and kept in the custody of Nanda Mahārāja, and he brought this daughter, which actually flew from your hand. And did the two boys who have killed all your men. So that's how being addressed by Narada Muni to Kṛṣṇa. And because Kṛṣṇa now got agitated by hearing this, and by hearing, after that hearing, Kṛṣṇa, he became so much furious, and he wanted to kill Vasudeva and Devaki right away, and he took out his sword. And however, Nanda Mahārāja, Narada Muni, he stopped him. He says, he reminded that these two sons of Vasudeva are the cause of your death, not Nanda Mahārāja and Devaki. And he says, once you can kill these two sons, you can actually kill others as well once you eat. But we all know that Kansa is not going to kill anyone. He's going to be killed by Krishna himself. And however, by suggestion of Narada Muni, he didn't kill Vasudeva. However, he again shackled iron chains to both Nanda Mahārāja, to Vasudeva and Devaki. And after that, Kansa had a meeting. So Kansa had a meeting with all his minister, and he made a plan. He made a plan how they can kill Krishna and Balram. And he told that, let's have a wrestling match, and there our great wrestler Chanura and Mustika, they will fight with these two small boys, and they will kill both. And let's make a arena that all the people, they could come here and they could see how Chanura and Mustika are going to kill these two sons or two boys, right? And he said that, okay, before entering to match arena, let's keep the doorkeeper as an elephant. Let that elephant be the keeper, or that's called as Kavalyapid. So let Kavalyapid elephant be on the entrance of the wrestling arena, and first let this Kavalyapid elephant attack these two boys. And if they are being saved by this Kavalyapid, they will be killed again inside by Chanura and Mustika. And then after deciding that, Kansa, he called Akrura, and he calls Akrura, and he said very respectfully. Political people, they talk very, very politely as well. So Kansa, he told that, you are my very, very most charitable one, and please do me a friendly favor out of respect. And oh great Akrura, you always carry out your duties soberly, and therefore I am depending on you. As if a powerful Indra took shelter of Lord Vishnu to achieve his goals. So I am also depending upon you. So he is glorifying Akrura to do his own work. And so he says, so please you do me a favor, and you go to Nanda Mahārāja village, and then bring there his two sons, and Krishna and Balram, please bring them to here. And then Kansa spoke this whole his plans to Akrura as well. And he told that, I made a plan that these two boys will be killed in the arena of this wrestling arena. And after that, I will kill Vasudeva and Devaki. Also, I will kill my own father Ugrasen, and also I will kill Devaka, and all of my enemies, I will kill them one by one after these two boys are being killed. And so just do me a favor, please go and bring them. So just as a favor, do that. However, Sri Akrura, he said that, O king, you have expertly made a plan to free yourself of misfortune. So this again a word of kind of indirect meaning, that you are making a plan to free yourself of misfortune. However, Kansa is thinking that, okay, he's glorifying, saying, okay, I have a good plan so that these two boys will be killed and I will be free from everything. But the point here is, indirectly Akrura says, you will be getting killed by Krishna, so you will be liberated as well. And then he glorifies, he says, saying that, no, it is certainly destiny that produces the result of one's work, either success or failure. So whatever we work, as for the destiny, we get either success or failure. And then he says, an ordinary person is determined to act on his desires even when fate prevails their fulfillment, and therefore he counters both happiness and distress. So yet, even though such in case, I will execute your order. And then he says, okay, by saying these words indirectly, Akrura said, okay, I accept your order and I'll execute it. And in the purport, we said, your plan is not fit to execute, yet I will carry out it, since you are the king and I'm your subject, and in any case, you are about to die. So by thinking this, by saying indirectly to Kansa, Akrura has made a plan to go to Vrindavan to bring Krishna and Balrama. So nearly we are actually Krishna is now kind of finishing his pastime in Vrindavan, and maybe in very soon uh, he'll go to Mathura, and there he will kill other demons, and then uh, he'll go again back to Dwarka as well after making pastimes in Mathura. Again, there is a reason Narada Muni is saying that, because he wanted to make free to Nanda Mahārāja, to Vasudeva and Mother Devaki too. So once Kansa being killed, uh, Vasudeva and Devaki Deva will be also been relieved as well. So that's a good plan made by Narada Muni, and he thought, for how long we have to wait for killing of this Kansa? Let's make another plan for Krishna, and let's remind Krishna that we have come to kill these demons as well. So I won't enter this next chapter. However, so I will just share the pastimes which after Ariṣṭā what happened. So there is a nice pastime happened. So after killing this bull demon, Ariṣṭā, this all the gopis, they approached to Krishna and said, you have done a wrong thing by killing a bull, because the bull, they it helps us as a farmers, and it used to help us growing the grains and others. So it's not good to kill bull, and you have done a sin now. So in a teasing way, actually, is pastime happens. So they are saying, you have done a sin now, and you should purify yourself by uh, bathing in all these holy rivers. And Krishna said that, though he was in a face of a bull, but he was a demon. So I was right to kill the demon and to protect all of you. But these gopis, they denied. He said, no, you have done a sin, so you should purify yourself. Though Krishna is completely pure, but in the loving exchange, they said you have to purify yourself. And then Krishna said, okay, no problem. I won't go anywhere to take bath. I'll call all the rivers here only. And Krishna put his feet on the ground, and there's become a big ditch. And then he asked all the holy rivers to come there, and all the holy rivers, they came there on the kunda, on the ditch, and Krishna took his bath there, and he said, okay, as for your saying, I am purified now. And that place is what we see is called as Śyamakūḍa in Vrindavan. So remember, earlier we discussed that in this whole world, the best place is called India, Bharata Bhumi, and in the Bharata, the best place is Mathura, and in Mathura, the best place is Vrindavan, and in Vrindavan, the best place is Govardhan Hill, and within Govardhan Hill, the best place is these two, Śyamakūḍa and Radhakūṇa. So this is how Śyamakūḍa came into picture. So, and all these gopis, they wanted Krishna to purify. Krishna put his foot, and all these rivers, holy rivers, they came there and they took bath, and Krishna took bath. And then now Krishna contracted these gopis. He said, now I am being purified as per your saying. I have taken a bath in this holy rivers, and I'm purified. But you all had also done a sin. How? Because you have all taken a side of a demon. We all know that this was a demon, and you all are taking his side. So you have done sinful activity as well. So you should purify yourself. And he said in a teasing way, I have already called all these holy rivers here, and you come and take bath here, and you will be purified. This gopi, they denied, said, okay, no, we'll do our own. We won't do it. And then on the beside of that, these gopis with their bangles, with their bangles, headed by Radharani, they all made a kind of a ditch over there, and in the start of Vrindavan, there's a in the parikrama of Govardhan Hill, there's a call as Mansi Sarovar, or that's also called as Mansi Ganga. And then they all the gopis, they made there are thousands of gopis, they made a line and they brought the Mansi Ganga and poured there. And at the time when they were pouring this water, the water force personified, who is controller of all these waters, he came and he paid his obeisances to Mother to Srimati Radharani, and he requested, if you allow, please let we, all these holy personified, holy river personified, come into this kunda as well. And then by giving permissions of, or by taking permission of Srimati Radharani, all these holy rivers, they actually came into here as well, into that ditch, which was being created by these gopis, and that is called as Radha Kunda. So Shyama Kunda and Radha Kunda, they are manifested by Krishna and Srimati Radharani, and that's why these are the two eyes, or these are both as good as Krishna and Srimati Radharani, right? So that's how I'd like to stop today here. Anyone have any thought, any questions? Please let me know. We can discuss for some time. So I'll send the picture of Radha Kunda and Shyama Kunda to, you can see the color difference. Both are slight color difference are there. And, there's a one passage, and one side is Radha Kunda, and the other side it's Shyama Kunda. Just all in the middle of Govardhan Hill. Okay, if there's no question, thank you everyone. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Tomorrow,
Krishna.
yeah, tomorrow is very, very important day, actually.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Tomorrow is very, very important day.
Hare
Tomorrow
Krishna.
is
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.